What are the most interesting facts you know? New Zealand is one of the few big cluster of islands in the world which did not break out of a bigger land mass or continent. It rose from the ocean. Now, because it was surrounded by water from all around, there was no access for land animals to get there and get a piece of the action. Only a few birds flew over to this new land full of life. These birds had a really good time, and as they did not find any predators on the ground, they gradually forgot about flying. They forgot about getting scared of anything. They were not being hunted or killed. Population grew faster and faster, so they forgot about reproduction too. Let me put it this way, they forgot about sex. Their ways to find each other and mate are extremely difficult and almost impossible. There's this bird called kakapo which will stand still if you approach it. Pick it up and wear it as a hat. It just doesn't give a shit. Explains the Kiwis.
Screensavers were actually meant to save your screen. During the times of early CRT monitors, if the same image was continuously displayed on the screen for a long time, it would suffer a phosphor burn-in, which is permanent discoloration of certain areas causing image degradation and ghost images. Screensavers were designed to mitigate this effect by making sure that the screen is either blanked out or filled with continuously changing images or patterns so this burn-in would not occur.
About tardigrades, the wonder species. Also called water bears. Most likely to survive an apocalypse. Or for that matter, many apocalypses. Why? They are small, water-dwelling, segmented animals with 8 legs, and can survive any and all of the following. 1. Extreme pressure, pressures greater than any found in the deepest ocean trenches and have lived through the vacuum of outer space. 2. Radiation, solar radiation, gamma radiation, ionic radiation, hundreds of times higher doses than would kill a person. 3. Outer space, known to survive the vacuum of space. 4. Extreme temperatures, from just above absolute zero to well above the boiling point of water. 5. Dehydration, they can go without food or water for nearly 10 years, drying out to the point where they are 3% or less water, only to rehydrate, forage, and reproduce, entering cryptobiosis, extreme hibernation, and reducing their metabolism to less than 0.01% of normal. They only take a short while to return to normal with the reintroduction of water. In order to survive during cryptobiosis, the tardigrade enters a state called a ton. This happens very quickly and makes them practically indestructible. And they are cute too.
95% of everything is invisible. Everything we have ever observed, to the farthest reaches of space, with the most advanced instruments known to man, accounts for less than 5% of our universe. This includes all matter, every single atom. The other 95%. We call that dark energy and dark matter. These are basically code words for we have no idea. Interesting doesn't even come close to describing this fact. We're viewing existence through a pinhole. We just don't have a f-shop. Percent in clue what is really going on beneath the surface. Dark matter, we can't see it and we barely know what it is. So we simulate it. And it's everywhere.
From 1606 to 1647, Chiang Chien-chung of Western China killed more than 40 million in 5 years, including 280 of his own wives. This also included 32,300 students, 27,000 Buddhist priests, 400,000 women accompanying his army, 600,000 inhabitants of Chengdu, and 38 million inhabitants of Sichuan. He destroyed every building in the country. At one point, he forced his soldiers to kill each other and to cut off the feet of the officers' wives and stack them in piles in order to tally the number of victims. One city saw its population drop from 3,102,073 to 18,090, and another was reduced 20 from 400,000. To mark his bloody tenure, he erected a large stone slab with the inscription, "Heaven brings forth innumerable things to help man. Man has nothing with which to recompense heaven."
Oxygen is responsible for both our life and our eventual death. Explanation: We all know oxygen is required for breaking down carbohydrates and thus releasing energy for our body. Ever imagined that out of the three most crucial things required for life, i.e., food, water, and oxygen, why only the former two are stored so that you can do without it for a few days and not enough oxygen to pass the next 10 minutes also? In the long run, it kills us the same way as a metal rusts and a half-eaten apple turns brown, by a process termed oxidation. Think the white flesh of an apple, exposed to the air. Now think about the same sort of thing happening to the tissues of your body, day in and day out, with every breath you take.
Vikings used the bones of slain animals when smithing new weapons, believing this would enchant the weapon with the animal's spirit. This actually made the weapons stronger because the carbon in the bones coupled with the iron made a primitive version of steel.
There was a bear enlisted in the Polish army who made it to the rank of corporal. He also smoked, drank, and carried weapons to the front during battles. His name was Wojciech.
If fruits are produced by plants for animals to eat and spread seeds around, how come lemons are so sour? Well, a lemon is not a naturally occurring fruit, it's actually bred from a sour orange and citron, the sour orange itself being bred from a pomelo and mandarin. So it's not the product of evolution but selective breeding. Life didn't give us lemons after all.
There is a species of mushroom that grows in the northern hemisphere that can get people high, but some other chemicals in the mushroom also make you very ill. However, if a reindeer eats the mushrooms, the illness-producing toxins are filtered out. But the hallucinogen survives in the reindeer urine. Long story short, some cultures historically got high off of reindeer pee. Which one of these did you find the most interesting? If you enjoyed these stories, do like and subscribe and check out my other videos or this playlist. Thank you for watching. Have an absolutely amazing day.